Yo, test one, two, test one, two, check, check. All right, that all sounds good. Hey, this is Johnston Blackhorse coming at you with my very first prison story time. what, the, what the hell am I doing? All right, let me do that again. I'm over here making an intro about something that's supposed to be like serious and somber because it's prison. Nobody likes prison. Anyway, yeah, this is Johnston Blackhorse, and I'm welcoming you to my first prison story time. And to help out with this, I asked some people what they want me to cover in this prison story time. So they gave me a few questions, and I'm just gonna start going through them. Uh, Hold on. Questions for prison story time. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Trace Reading asks, "Is the food better than school cafeteria food?" Um, well, it's been a while since I've been in a school cafeteria, and being an ex-felon now, I don't think I'd be able to go to a school cafeteria currently because of my label as a we'll just call it a sexy offender. There we go. That's a little more pleasant, right? Right. Anyway, from what I could remember, school lunches were pretty mediocre, and the prison food. It all depends on which prison you go to. Like I've been through about three, four of them. I've been about to four of them, and out of all those prisons, only one was decent some of the time. And I say some of the time because um, I had like buddies who worked in the well, I had a buddy who worked in the cafeteria, and it's like the like a it's just like a rumor, I guess, because it's not like evidence I could see myself. But the food was marked as not fit for human consumption. And there were two occasions that I can attest to that they had fed, like knowingly fed us spoiled meat. So um, I don't think a school cafeteria would do something like that to their students, like willingly feed the students spoiled meat. But besides that, like for the most part, I think the food was fairly decent. My favorite day out of all the meal days was the chicken, because they would give you a quarter leg of chicken, and that was like the chicken leg and the thigh together, and they they'd cook it up and serve it with I don't remember the sides. I just remember the chicken. But yeah, it was on those days, on some of the better days in particular, I would have to say that yes, it was better than school cafeteria food, because like for each prisoner, for each inmate, um, they the prison system pulls in like I can't remember what the number was, like 50. No, hold on, let me look that up real quick. All right, I'm back. I looked it up. The average is like around 20 to 40,000 per year per inmate. But yeah, like 20 to 40,000 per year per inmate to like house, clothe, and feed an inmate. Like they better be feeding them like I guess pretty decent. But like fucking like the prison systems, like they're corrupt, and um, like the guy who was in charge of the cafeteria in the prison where I spent the majority of my time. I guess he was pretty corrupt. Like he would spend the minimal amount of money he could on food for the inmates. And when an audit came through, they told him that he should be spending more because what he was doing was just like spending as little as he could, just like trying to save as much money as possible and just kind of shaving off the top and pocketing the rest. But the audit team found that he wasn't spending the required amount of money he's supposed to be spending on the prisoners, on the inmates. So he was told to just to bump it up. And after that, like the food, like the quality of the food did increase significantly. But you don't see that happening to like the school system, sadly. Like shoot, like how much is the school system given to like feed each student? You know, like I doubt it's like the same amount as like a as a prisoner because like the schools don't make money off of like students as much as prisons make money off of inmates. But anyway, I do believe the answer is a yes and a no, and it all just depends on which prison that you go to. Like some of the prisons I've been through, like the oh my gosh, the food was crap. The food was junk. Like one of the first prisons I went to, the whole the whole cell block was like was suffering from some sort of poisoning. And I remember when I got my tray and I was eating the mashed potatoes, I could like detect like a little taste of something like odd. Like the smell was off and like the taste was a little there's like a little tinge to it. And in my mind I was like kind of registering it as like some sort of weird chemical. And then after I finished my meal, like my brain connected like the memory synapses, and I remembered where I smelled that like what that chemical smell was. It smelled like bleach, and I'm thinking like, holy crap! I just ate like a mashed potatoes tainted with bleach, and for the most part I felt all right. But to those who don't know that if you ingest bleach, they suggest that you don't vomit or try to like purge yourself. Like the best thing to do is just drink a lot of water and dilute as much of it as possible. So knowing that, I went to the the sink fountain toilet combo. So I just went to that, took my little cup, and started just drinking back a bunch of water, just pounding it. And then as time went on, like I saw like a medical cart just kind of like carting its way through up and down the cell block because we were all locked down at this point, and they were visiting like kind of like one cell after another because I guess these guys were like there's a little call button in each cell that you can push for like any sort of emergency or medical assistance. So I guess people were just freaking pushing those call buttons and explaining or like complaining about something that they had ate. But I'm fairly like after seeing that, I was fairly certain that yes, the mashed potatoes were tainted with bleach. So that first prison I went to, like the oh man, the food was just garbage. The only highlight, the only highlight about that prison was the they had these cookies. They were butter cookies, and oh my god, it was so freaking delicious. Like freaking melt in your mouth. Oh man, it was so good. The rest of the other prisons I went to, like yeah, they were pretty mediocre. Undercooked potatoes, undercooked boiled eggs, meager sides of like beans, maybe a thin slice of bologna steak. Yeah, that was it was bad. It was so bad. Hey, cutting in here to let you know that I had to chop this up into segments because with all the questions all together and me answering them, it It would have been over 40 minutes long. And nobody wants to hear me drone on and on about prison life, right? So, so yeah, this is the end of the video, with more to come as I complete them. If you have any questions about prison, feel free to comment them in the section below, and I'll add them to what I have already. I hope you subscribe, like this video, and stick around. My goal is to get to 1 subscriber before the end, before the day is out, and then we'll play it by ear from there. So this has been Johnston Blackhorse, the one and only, and I shall check y'all later. Sweet. Bye.